Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Manor Lords, where you are a lord of the manor and you develop a settlement and then fight your foes and become the lord of the land. This game is really well optimized. It runs incredibly well on my PC, even into the late game. However, what if we push it to its limits? What if we go for the most highest population possible? Is the highest population you can get in Manor Lords until you break the game. Go with a cross, then we'll mark all of these fields so not have an insignia. Then the cross is gonna be red, white for everything else, white, and also white. And then we have this. What is this the flag of, you say? No, it's not England. Comment below. Let's go. It starts. I cannot wait to ride a horse in this game. When? Hey, when? Pause the game and let's see what we're working with. So this is the southeast possible region. And with this one, what farmlands have we got? Fantastic farmlands. Do I show you the farm meta? Let's do it. Let's place those farms. I'm going to avoid placing them near the hunting and the berries. So one will go here. You want to go for at least like 9 Morgans. Don't ask me, that's just the measurement. The Middle Ages here with their interesting measurements, right? And another one. And then the third one. I guess we can place this one here. Pop. There we go. And the reason you make 3 is you want to rotate them. 2 years off season to recover. And then 1 year on season to grow either wheat or rye. And if you pop on the farm, look at the crop type. Fertility 60%. Oh, this is perfect. And to be fair, this is the bare minimum. You never really want to go below 60 fertility. Trust me. It's going to be a bit of a weird one, but our town center is going to really kind of cut through the hunting grounds. And I guess it can spread out here. We just want to... I don't really want to place buildings here because I'm going to end up chopping the trees down. So we'll just grab our logger. Pop that there. We can always move these. Remember, everything that you build inside of gathering, these ones can be placed and moved. And you can just move them anywhere you want at any time. So the fields, first year is going to be wheat, and we'll go for this one at 60%. And this one is 52%. So crop rotation, second year wheat, and this one crop rotation, third year wheat, and this one crop rotation, first year wheat. And with this, we need to build a manor as well. But we need to get some primary resources, so let's pop down some hunting. Surprisingly, really close to where I'm going to be hunting. And we're also going to drop down a forestry hut, which is going to grab the berries down here in the corner. With every game of Manor Lord, it will rain at the very, very beginning of the game because that's sod's law, right? And you're going to lose some items, so take care of that immediately. Straight away, start chopping trees down. That way we'll clear this area for our town center. I realize this is going to be a bit of a squeeze because these fields are so massive. Technically, this is going to be our housing area here. We'll do a little bit of chopping to begin with. And of course, you always assign to your granary and your storehouse, and then they can collect all the resources from the center immediately. And that way, when it does rain, if it does rain, and it probably will rain, you don't lose any resources. Look at all that breads. The best of boths. If you know, you know. And predictably, in Manor Lords, every game starts with some rain. Maybe this isn't Germany or France. Maybe this is Britain. I feel at home now. I love this game. You know what the perfect start to the day is? Egg. And we're going to be getting loads of those. Egg. Egg. And egg. Egg! So this game's going to be all about population, and truth is, we're going to need a lot of population. So in that case, let's start building some houses and get it done immediately. Try here. Is this good? Yeah, some decent back gardens here too as well. And then another one here. I just love in this game how the houses, no matter where you position them, they always magically fit to the roads and the buildings around them. That's so awesome. Okay, one thing we need now is to work on the farms, because initially we need to get these farms up and running and actually generating resources. So we're going to need ourselves a farmhouse. And I think what we'll have to do is place this closer to the fields themselves. There we go. That's a perfect location for a farmhouse, actually. This field here is itching to be plowed, hoed, sowed, and then harvested soon. Oh wow, we've invented the public footpath like 500 years before it even existed. A beautiful country stroll. I'm gonna lie, this game is so beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. Okay, one thing you want to go with though is rye, because rye has insane fertility. So we'll go for the apples and then go for the rye. Go for a big back garden here and then we can do some apple orchards. Sounds cute. I like that. Let's do that. Okay, I think it's time for high density housing now. Oh yeah, that's it. And then a road between them. And then the same again. Dave, well and truly city skylines in this. Yes. This is necessarily not a bad strat, because at the start of the game, you are going to have to focus on population quite a lot. Extra families mean extra workers, more productivity, population growth. Number one resource is pops. We're adding families now to the farmhouse, and now it's time to work the farms. Everyone is plowing by hand, each plot by each plot. Then they'll begin sowing, and then we'll have some growth period, which is going to be the most narrowest growth period possible. Once again, will it be enough time to actually grow anything? 0% growth. My hopes are very slim. Oh, hang on. There's a tiny little white bar there, but it still says 0% growth. Yes! 1% growth. An actual yield. Once again, don't get too carried away, though. Probably grow 1 or 2 groups of wheat. Bushels of wheat. Bales. And it wouldn't be a settlement, would it, without a glorious church. Look at this. Raining, windy, lightning, dark, dismal. Are we in London? All right. The field is fully plowed and fully sowed, and it is growing some wheat. All ready for the harvest next month. Actually, this month. Well, the harvest was complete, and it gave the total yield of 0. Nothing at all. Oh, well, on to the next field. And off they go. Plowing by hand. Actually, is it plowing when it's done by hand? Or is it plowing, or is it hoeing? Comment below. How do you like those apples? 1 and 2. Now we have to wait 3 years for a decent yield. All right, upgrade time. Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. Let's not forget about the goal. Population is currently 39. That's 39 people, not 39 families. It is a total of 13 families at the moment. And once your approval is high, new population will come. And if you hover over here, it says low population growth due to neutral opinion. Basically, you're over 50%. You're going to get some pop. Okay, the game has begun now. We've got rye. Check this out. So right now, we can see that the fertility of this farm is 60%. This might be broken, but it's now 100%. 100%. And the third farm, 98%. Okay, that's pretty close. But we're not going to change this one just now. Okay, the next thing I want to work on is bakeries, because they use flour so much more efficiently. However, get the next development point, we're going to have to get level 3. So it's going to be a long while away before we start getting level 3 housing. So it's going to be difficult. I'll hold on to the point for now. Look at this list. This is all the families in the farmhouse doing work on the farms. Plowing by hand, plowing by hand, plowing by hand. Oh, we've got some sowing now. Sowing, transporting. Okay, all right, we're mixing it up. Do not forget the objective, Dave. Do not forget the objective. Housing. More. More housing. See one thing, this settlement will never have a housing crisis, but then also houses will have no value because there'll be massive amounts of empty homes. The dilemma of the housing crisis, lads. All right. No more plowing, no more hoeing. We're just waiting for the wheat to grow now. Every field is ready and good to go. Population, 69. Nice. Housing, and a damn lot of it. Okay, the mission now. Build enough houses, increase the population, keep the approval high. However, when the population gets higher, we're going to run into issues with food. And I think the solution is to build housing that has a tiny little back garden. Like that. And what I could do now is produce eggs for each of these allotments. Well and truly city skylining this. However, with the amount of construction, we're going to need another ox. And then we're going to have to assign an ox to the logging camp. And more. Oh my goodness, so huge. Big plots, big gains. And we're over 100 now. 105 pop, which consists of 35 families. Whoa, we've got a good yield of apples now. There's only 2 apple plantations. Only 2. We produced 64 apples. Hey, the apple trees. Oh, that is so pretty. They're so evasive. They're growing outside of the plantation. City center apples. Boom. We have reached a large town. Now we have bakeries. Now we can disband the communal oven. We want to make efficient breads. And the bakery is going to be this one. Chickens? No. Breads. They couldn't even defeat me with their own weapons. We declare that there is a housing crisis, and unlike many governments around the world, we are actually intending to fix it with an insane number of housing. It wouldn't be a neighborhood if we had neighbors across the road, right? Yes! Brand new estate with boxy gardens and inappropriate guttering and bad drainage. If you're British, you know what I mean. Jobs. We're making jobs. Get Britain working again. I know this video is focusing on population growth. However, there is a little trick to getting a bigger army in Manor Lords. You're only allowed to have 6 brigades or 6 militia. So what you do is you hire 6, then build your manor. Then you've technically got 7. Then you can hire mercenaries, and technically now you've got 9. And if there's any other mercenaries you get to hire later on, allows that number to go even higher and higher and higher. And plus, don't forget, when you're hiring your retinue, to recruit more men at arms. That's a super easy way of getting a bigger army in Manor Lords. And I've realized I've made an army purely of archers again. How do I keep doing this? When you build wide, you build really crappy houses, right? No problem. But then don't forget to upgrade to level 2, which is the cheapest upgrade, which increases the density. And overall, that results in you building a little bit taller. I will say, though, going for level 3 housing is very expensive. It probably isn't really worth it to go level 3 just for that one extra family. Hey, but if we run out of space, we might have to. What's on the agenda, Dave? Well, construction. More construction. Oh, look. And even more. Go big or go home. The biggest of plots. Let us pause to think about these poor bandits who are about to intercept an absolute massive wall. I was about to say spears, but it's not spears. No. It's flying short spears as the arrows rain on them. And the damage! I really enjoy watching the arrows. I get a bit of a buzz from this. If they add crossbows, that'd be so cool. If they added muskets, oh, that would even so be more cool. And you can see they can't even get us in time, and they've just instantly broken. They're still getting shot at, though, even though they've broken. Okay, they've changed targets now. Oh, that machine gun fire! I'm loving this! This gives me a tiny little drip of dopamine in my brain. Don't forget about this one, guys. Come on. Don't forget this one, too. Oh, and the retinue's engaging as well. Population 465 with amazing approval, high pop growth, and loads of old, crappy housing. We have the worst housing estate in all of Britain, aka an average housing estate in Britain. Oof. But this isn't just it, really. It just keeps going and going and going and going, and he goes on for a while. But that's not only it. Oh yeah, there's another one here as well. End of the day, level 1 housing and level 2 housing is much different because they have the same requirement, about 4 logs per building. So if you upgrade them with another 4 logs, it's just the same amount of space. So level 2 housing is probably the most efficient in the game. It's reached the point now that my job is just to build tall by building up to level 2 housing. I kind of feel calling it level 2 housing kind of sounds a little bit like some kind of communist state, you know, and you have enough social credits to level up to level 3 housing. Well, let me reach this point now that the game is starting to lag a little bit. I feel every click just takes a little bit longer to respond than it did before, but hey, it's still playable, and I can maintain like 144 FPS. Now I'm getting about 30 when I zoom out. Also, one of the downsides as well is building inside of the hunting area means there's no hunt anymore. So I'm not getting any pelts or any meat from that. And I don't think the berry area is giving me any berries either. It still shows on the map, but because I've plowed down the trees and built over it, I'm not getting any berries. So therefore my resources are coming a little bit more tight. Well, I went AFK for 4 hours. And I came back to a large portion of my city on fire because of raiders. Hey, the beauty of this game is if you occupy the entire map, you have to constantly stay on your toes because they're still going to raid you with bandits. I reached a lovely population of 951. Apparently, I did a few Googles, and apparently the max cap is 2,000. So I was absolutely nowhere near the top limit. But look at that on the map. How beautiful is that? The little handwritten map. Apart from that house down there that's got a roof on it. Oh, there's a few up there as well. This is peak something. Peak America, maybe? Urbanization, I guess. The performance has definitely taken a hit. But the game is still unbelievably beautiful. So, credit where credit's due, right? This, the most aesthetic a-hole that we will never talk about ever again. Yeah, this is not the way you're meant to play this game, if you've not already gathered. Anyway, if you're into this kind of content, let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like these kind of videos.